Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here with another replay. And some of you are like, wow, Mountbatten, 2 replays in a row. And my response to that is, yes, this is because it is approximately 11 o'clock at night and my internet is finally back up. And I really don't have time to go and play World of Warships for 3 or 4 hours and get some footage for you guys. So instead, I'm moving up this replay. I was planning on showing it later this week because I finally got my replays to work again. But here we have, I'm pretty sure his name is Want 2016 Gunner, which I'm pretty sure stands for Water Tank's 2016 Gunner. We're just going to call him Gunner for saving my breath. He is here in the Tier 6 Premium French battleship Dunkerque. Now, Dunkerque was the first French battleship to enter the game, and it's pretty torn between how people like this ship. Some people love it, some people hate it. A lot of people hate it. More people hate it than love it, from my understanding. But I am one of those people that love it. I quite like the way it looks. And, this is where I got the thumbnail right here, because I'm like, wow, it looks really, really pretty right now. So I like the way the ship looks, and I actually like the way the ship plays. Not a lot of people do, for a couple of reasons. So some of those reasons are that its armor is pretty much a thing of your imagination. It's actually made up of pretty soggy baguettes. If anything gets at your side, it's probably going to citadel it, including some destroyers, and that is true. Pretty much that dark gray area on the side of the Dunkerque is pretty much its citadel. You shoot there with any medium or large caliber guns, and you will citadel it. And now, the guns, however, on it, she has 12, well, they're actually 12.9, you can call them 13-inch guns. She has 8 of them, which they reload fairly quickly for a Tier 6. I mean, you gotta compensate for the caliber somewhere. And she has 8 of them. They're all forward of the superstructures, which means you can pretty much just sit bow on to most things when you're top tier. Bow tank and carry about your day and not give much of a care. Most ships. There are some ships that you will speak. I'm looking at you, Warships and Bayern, that can citadel you through your nose, or just pin you through your nose. Now, she's also quite fast for a Tier 6 ship. She tops out around 30-ish knots with the speed flag. However, if you observe Gunner's ship, he has no flags on it whatsoever, no signal flags, and he's not even running premium consumables. So this is pretty bare bones besides his captain skills and ship models, which I do not know. He did not send me that in with the replay, but we can figure some things out. So anyway, he's moving up here on the A cap with 3 other ships, and you can see the enemy team is quite most of the way through capping A. Spots a Dallas, switches to HE, which is a good call there because you see that Jinwei's there is also present, and with the Dunkerque's AP, it does have French AP and French velocity, which means it's going to overpin most likely armored targets. Now, on occasion, like with that Dallas right there, I'm actually surprised he didn't citadel it, because when the cruisers angle, Dunkerque is quite mean. Now, the Jinwei 4 kilometers away, he has HE loaded. Good job there. Most battleship players, including myself, do not do that. Gets a devastating strike and first blood on that Jinwei, however you say it. So he did a good job there, switching over to HE. And hello, Bayern. This is why I don't switch to HE most times in the battleship, because now here's this Bayern in front of him. It's not like he can just switch back to AP and get a good strike on him. However, he doesn't really have to, because that Bayern did just eat quite a few torpedoes from that, whatever that cruiser was. It's no longer with us. However, his secondaries are chewing into it quite good. It was an Aoba, apparently, that torpedoed the Bayern and eventually got him through flooding damage, and the Bayern killed him. Very poetic there. But yeah, that's why most battleship players don't switch over to HE, because you'll load HE for just, one ship or one situation, and the way the game goes, that situation is no longer there, or the destroyer is going undetected. So now you either have to switch back to AP, which takes another, usually about 30 seconds, or fire your next target with HE, which probably wouldn't be ideal, and then switch to AP. So most battleship players, myself included, just run AP all the time. Although it's a good thing that he does switch to HE, and that is something that I myself do need to work on. So he's got a broadside New York, about 5 kilometers away, perfect shot, but there's that French dispersion. He still does citadel the crap out of him, takes 14k off of that Byron. Keep in mind, that was only from one Citadel and 2 pins and 2 overpins. Pretty nice damage right there. So he's backing up because you can see that Gade is creeping up on him. Also, New York almost got a retaliatory shot in there, and New York absolutely would have taken a huge chunk of health out of Gunner's Dunkirk. Broadside Dallas, and Dunkirk. French AP, French velocity, 6 overpins. The aggravation of playing French battleships. Now, quite ironically, at this angle that the Dallas is at now, he actually has a better chance of pinning him because the Dallas is angled, his effective armor is increased, so therefore the French AP has more to bite into. Also not in Gunner's favor right now, you have this New York creeping around the side, and Gunner is still giving New York his broadside, although it does look like he is keeping an eye on him. Good thing Gunner was also backing up because there's those torpedoes from that Gade. And speaking of the devil, here he comes. So Gunner is in quite the position here. He's got a New York sneaking up on him, although New York does not look like he's giving too much attention to Gunner, which is unfortunate for the New York, because Gunner just outright deletes him. Does another. I think the New York had like 15k health left, just erases that, and now he only has to worry about, well, only the Gade, the Dallas, the Congo. Hey Gade, how you doing? Loads HE back up, very good, nice job. Especially after the AP changes, this is especially what the developers are wanting us to do, and certainly, again, something that I myself need to work on. But loads HE for the Gade, and let's see, let's both turrets go, and fortunately, French dispersion rears its head. However, he does start a fire and gets 1 pin on him. Now he has a Congo sneaking up on him. Congo's a very lovely Japanese battleship, very fast, and as you can see, he's also sailing almost straight into the Fubuki's torpedoes. Hello, Dallas, nice to hear from you again. Fubuki takes that. Let's see, Congo again showing how fast it is. Definitely outran the Fubuki's torpedoes there. Again, unfortunately, Gunner did have HE loaded. I mean, well, he did start a fire. But if he had AP loaded against the Congo, definitely would have gotten some really, really nice citadels out of him. But I mean, he did have HE loaded for the Gade, and again, that's why a lot of battleship players are just rock with AP most of the game. Congo gets a salvo out on him. However, Gunner did manage to slam on the brakes, which is pretty good because that probably would have been his citadel where those shells would have hit, but thankfully he stopped it in time, and now he's moving forward, and now he is also loading AP again. I'm suspecting that he was sticking with his bow pointing forward for so long because of the Gade, but now since this Congo has his broadside, it's better to turn and look at the Congo, because even if the Gade has launched torpedoes by now, Gunner, my bad, I'm sorry I choked. Gunner will be moving out of position from them, and whoa, there we go, managed to dodge most of those. Ooh, that's a very nice salvo right there. There we go. 4 pins, 14,000 damage off of that Congo. Hello, Gade. Alright, so I was a bit confused right here as to what Gunner was doing, because I'm like, okay, it looks like he was turning his bow to go bow into the Congo. It looks like he was maybe he was going to turn back down south to line himself up with the Gade, put his stern toward the Gade, but then I realized his secondaries are actually out to 6.5 kilometers, another 10k salvo off of him right there. So I'm like, he's getting his secondaries on Congo because it looks like he might have a secondary build on this Dunkirk. Anyway, the Congo was moving to get at his side, which he easily could have done, but then you've got this either Rockstar or Spaced Armor. I'm not sure if Gunner was using him like that or if the New York was just getting to place to protect him like that. Either way, New York puts himself in between the Congo and Gunner, so the Congo can hurt the New York pretty bad, as he just did, but he can't outright delete him like he could have the Dunkirk. And that New York potentially just saved Gunner's life right there. And Gunner gets a secondary kill on the Congo. Actually, I'm pretty sure Congo can delete New York. Whatever. Didn't happen. New York saves the day there. Gade out again. He's actually... Sorry, my bad. Gunner switched to HE there. Fired before turret number 2 was in position. And now turret number 2 is reloading HE now instead of firing AP. So maybe he should have held off on switching to HE right there until after that salvo or what. But no worries. So now it's just this gate has now lost all of his friends. And, oh, will he dodge it? I gets snicked by one torpedo, but does a good job of dodging the swarm. So now Gate has run out of friends on this flank. If you look at the mini-map, the last enemy battleship is down in the southeastern corner of the map. So now it's just Gunner and a New York against this Gate, and Gunner has HE loaded. Now he popped his fighter plane, which I guess if the Gate has his AA on, that would spot the Gate, but most destroyers run with their AA off because of this reason. And for those who don't know, catapult planes don't spot anymore, only if they're shot at by AA. So if you're running a catapult plane, whatever, the only way it's going to detect a ship is if their AA guns shoot at it, which, like I said, most destroyers run with their AA off anyway. So Gate does get spotted because he comes out from behind the smoke screen and does fire. So 4 kilometers away from a Dunkirk, even with French dispersion, this should be a fairly easy shot. And will Gunner get him in this salvo? Got most of them got high caliber. But luckily for Gunner, there's only a New York, and there is an enemy, a friendly destroyer finally closing the distance. But from this range, she's pretty much got dibs on this kill. 5 kilometers away, the Gate is running for his life. Although he may just, he's probably, well, if he was trying to farm XP damage, he would be shooting HE now. Although I know British DD AP is a different monster in and of itself. But there we go, kill number 4, 121,000 damage for Gunner in the Tier 6 Premium French battleship Dunkirk. Gets over 2,000 base XP. And yeah, that was a really good Dunkirk game. And I know people still don't like the Dunkirk just because of this replay. I'm not trying to do that to you, but this ship has its moments, and this was definitely a good moment from Gunner. And like I've said before, a couple of videos ago, my most kills in the game, I first got that in a Dunkirk, up tier to a tier 8 game. That's somewhere on this channel, way back 400 videos ago. But anyway, good job, Gunner. That was a great game. Showed good situational awareness and good usage of switching between AP and H. And if you actually have a secondary build on a Dunkirk, I mean, I know that's not an optimal build, but who am I to say it's not an optimal build? I ran a secondary build on Yami until a couple of weeks ago. So, hey, it worked out in his case there. And like I say, if it works for you, keep on rolling with it. Despite what people may tell you about it not being the best build or whatever, if it works for you, go with it. So anyway, guys, if you have a replay, be sure to send to the link down below. Again, like I said at the start of this video, I got my replays working again, so feel free to send in what you got. Good game, decent game, just a first for you, no problem, send it in. You might wind up on the channel. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you're all having a wonderful Monday. Hope to catch all of you guys in the next one.